This is her first time getting up here doing this. When she heard the theme was Wanderlust, she pitched me a story, and she has been working so hard to make it beautiful for you. Please welcome Colleen Rainie.
Thank you to all my friends and supporters who have stocked the audience with tonight. I really appreciate that. So I'm at an airport in Mexico City. It is 105 degrees. I am sweating. I am sunburned. I am hungover. I am covered in bug bites. And I am grinning like mad. So how did I get there? So a few years back, I was living in Berkeley, and I was dating this guy named Jeff. Except dating is really kind of a strong word for it. Really, it was more like he stuck around because I was willing to put on a corset and heels and a leather skirt anytime he came over. And I stuck around because he was from New Zealand, and I have a fetish for accents. So that was about all there was to it. So he was really excited because a friend of his from back home was coming out to visit the Bay Area. And this friend's name was Luke. And Luke was traveling the world, trying to find his home country, trying to find the place that really resonated with him. And I was excited because I was going to get to hear another New Zealand accent. So we went out to a bar to hang out and wait for Luke to arrive. And Luke walks in the door, and he is the hottest thing. He is tan, he is muscular, he has a little bit of a beard going on, because as a world traveler, shaving's a luxury, right? And this man walks with confidence. He oozes sex. And we are instantly attracted to each other. So it wasn't very long at the bar before I suggest that the three of us go back to my place. Thank you. That's how I felt. I had a studio apartment at the time. So all I really had was a couch, convertible futon bed, and really no other place to sit. So there the three of us are, sitting on my bed, with me in the middle. So I look over here, and there's this guy who I've been sleeping with for a little while. And I look over here, and here's this hotness that's just walked into my life. And I think, I am so gonna make this happen. So I lean over to Jeff first, and I start kissing him. And Luke starts rubbing my back, and he runs his hands into my hair, and he pulls, just enough to make me gasp. And then Luke pulls my shoulders back until I am leaning into his lap, and he kisses me. And Jeff takes off my pants, and he takes off his pants, and he's already hard. So I am then upside down, balanced on my head. I manage to get Luke's pants off. I start sucking his cock. Jeff, on his knees, starts fucking me. Thank you. That's the beginning. So the two boys look at each other, these two boys from New Zealand, and Jeff says to Luke, "Luke, welcome to California." And Luke says, "Yeah, thanks, Jeff." And I feel like I'm being fucked by the Flight of the Conchords. So Jeff gets tired pretty fast, and Luke and I are still making eyes at each other. And so at that point, Luke invites me to come visit him at his next destination in Mexico City. And I think it sounds like a great offer, but I don't know, I don't know this guy, and I don't speak a lot of Spanish. Maybe this isn't really the right time. So I say thanks, but decline. We go our separate ways. But a few weeks later, I'm in San Antonio for business, San Antonio, Texas. I am about 2 hours drive from the Mexican border, and I just keep thinking about Luke. I hadn't seen Jeff in a couple of weeks. It was a casual thing anyway, whatever, right? Who cares that it's his best friend? Whatever. I'm thinking about Luke, because that threesome was nice, but I really wanted to get him on my own. So I looked into it, And as it turns out, it is actually cheaper for me to buy a ticket to fly from San Antonio, Texas, to Mexico City and back up to San Francisco, and to mail my luggage and my business clothes home and my laptop home and buy new traveling clothes. It's cheaper to do all of that than to buy a round-trip ticket from San Francisco to Mexico City later. So I say, fuck it. So I buy that ticket. I email Luke, and I say, so I was thinking about that offer you made me. That sounds really nice. I think I'd like to come visit you. He says, great, when? I say, as soon as I'm done in San Antonio, day after tomorrow. And he plays a pretty cool cucumber, but I think he's excited, right? So he says he'll meet me at the airport. And then I realize I have one little problem in this plan. I didn't bring my passport with me to Texas. So I enlist the help of a friend back home. I overnight my house keys to my friend in Berkeley. No joke, this happened. My friend, his plan is to overnight the keys and the passport back to me at the hotel in time for my flight to Mexico City. So 2 days later, I'm at the hotel, I am packed up, I'm ready, I'm waiting for a package to determine whether I am going to Mexico City or whether I'm gonna have to take my return flight to San Francisco that night. 2 hours before the flight leaves to Mexico, the hotel front desk calls me, and I have a package. Now, in that package, my friend so kindly included my house keys and my passport and a dozen condoms. And I'm on my way to international departures. So I arrive in Mexico City, and a blast of hot air hits me. And I make my way through customs, and I make my way out, and I find Luke. He gets a taxi to the hostel that he's been staying at, and he's been there for a few days in a little double bunk room thing. And I've never been to a hostel before, but he tells me he's done a really nice upgrade for us to a special deluxe couples room with one of the only private bathrooms in the hostel. Yeah, so I don't really know exactly how this is gonna look like, but I'm like, okay, I'm cool, let's go with this. And we go in, and the room is really sparse. Like, there is nothing on the walls. Actually, the only feature on these stucco walls is that on one side, there's a big square hole. And that's actually our window, but it doesn't have glass, and it doesn't have any screen on it. And it's big enough that, like, a whole flock of birds could come in, and there would be nothing we could do about that. And it does have a private bathroom, but the only thing delineating the bathroom from the bedroom is that the bedroom comes in and there's industrial carpet, and then it stops and there's Mexican tile. The bathroom has a toilet, a sink, a shower head, and a drain. No curtains, no doors. So this is not really what I had anticipated, but I'm like, okay. I'm about 2,000 miles away from home right now. I came here for cock, and I am getting cock. So we strip naked, we get in the shower, and it is not very long. It is not very long when he has me bent over. Excuse me, bent over. The water is running down my back and dripping through my hair. And he is pounding me from behind. I am braced against this Mexican tile, and I am hitting my head on the wall and trying not to get a concussion, and I am coming like a jackhammer. So we take a rest after that. We lie down, we sleep in the middle of the daytime, because it's so hot, it's unbelievable. So we sleep during the days, and in the afternoon we go out to a restaurant, and we have a feast, the two of us, for $30 American, absolutely feast. And I am thirsty, and I need something to drink, but I don't want to risk drinking the water and getting sick. So I have micheladas. So a michelada, in that part of the world, is a glass of beer, with, in the bottom of it, a couple of fingers of lime juice, right? Beer, lime juice, a little bit of Tabasco in it, and a salted rim to make you more thirsty so that you drink more micheladas. So we're drinking micheladas like crazy all day. At nighttime, it's finally cool enough for us to start thinking about having athletic sex again. And it's cool enough for the mosquitoes to start thinking about coming out too. So we head back to the hostel, and I'm naked, and he is drinking my pussy like he is trying to suck the michelada out of me. And the mosquitoes are coming in, and they are also feasting on me. And it is really distracting to be eaten out while you're being eaten alive. So we had 6 days of this. Micheladas, fucking, and mosquitoes. And at the end of the time, he went on to Costa Rica, and he is still today wandering the world. And I think that he's really found what resonates with him is travel. It's the freedom. You know, I came home when I was at the airport waiting for my return flight. I'm sitting there, I'm drinking my last shot of mezcal, I'm scratching my bug bites, and I'm smiling from ear to ear. You know, there were a couple of things that I learned in that adventure. The first thing is, if you really want to have a threesome, find the apartment that is the smallest available place you can go. The second thing, if you want to be a globe-trotting femme fatale, it really helps if you carry your passport with you. And the third thing, no matter how good the sex is, if you're going to travel to a foreign country, make him spring for an actual hotel with actual fucking windows. Thank you.
Rainie, didn't she do a great job?